Hey friends, how's it going? Ash here. Welcome back to Gents. Hope that you're doing well. It's time for another subscriber choice video. A little while back, I asked you guys if you could wear only one fragrance for the rest of your life, which I know is it's like an impossible choice. Who can choose that? It's like choosing your favorite Mexican restaurant. It's difficult. But if you could only choose one fragrance for the rest of your life, what would it be? And I have your answers. 10 fragrances that, according to you, are worth wearing for the rest of your life. I guess that'd be like the Steve Jobs way of picking a fragrance. You know how he wore like the same thing every day? Be like that. If you want to be in a future video, check out That's not what I wanted to do. If you want to be in a future video, check out the community tab. There's always a question on there where you can leave your answer or upvote other people's answers. I got the answers right here. You see that? Let's get started. Ian Tootle, 9796, says, Creed, Green Irish Tweed. I remember 20 years ago reading GQ, and in an interview with David Beckham, he stated it was his fragrance of choice. Naturally had to try it, and I never looked back. Many formulations since, however, but still a perfect scent. Now I'm on board with this. Green Irish Tweed? I don't know. I might actually consider that for mine if I had to pick only one fragrance. I'm not sure what it would be, so don't lock me in on that answer, but it would be in consideration. I love Green Irish Tweed. This stuff is fantastic. Of course, smells a little bit similar to Cool Water by Davidoff, and there are a bunch of different clones out there of this one, but still, there's just one OG, Green Irish Tweed. Extremely classy. Ooh, smells great. I gotta do that again. Ooh. Feel like Patrick Bateman? Yeah, that's just fire. Ultra classy, elegant, clean, a little bit of iris in there, some woods, and of course, like I said, very green. It's in the name. This is a choice that I sign off on. You get a check mark. Before we head to the next fragrance, guys, all these are gonna be linked in the description. If you're on TikTok, follow me there. If you're not on TikTok, stay away from it, @GentsSense. And if you want to save some money, here are codes that you can save money with. The JOMASHOP code is going to change mid-September, so be aware of that. Both sets of codes are there for your viewing pleasure. And also got new codes for Max Aroma. We've got the Frag Flex. We got all the codes. Use them or don't. Pay full retail. I don't care. Don't do that. Next up, we have Winona's Big Brown Dragon. Every time I see that name, I always make a comment. So I'm like, oh, I like it. I still do. Winona's Big Brown Dragon 6121, can't forget that. There's 6,120 other Big Brown Dragons. He says, at this moment, I would say Terre d'Hermès Eau de Toilette. It's such a unique and pleasant arrangement of notes, and it works in all seasons. Can be dressed up or down. It really fires on all cylinders. Can't really argue with that. I think it's a fragrance that you can wear in all seasons. It is classy. You can easily wear it in more casual situations as well, so everything there checks out. The only issue with this one, and it's not really an issue for me, but some people do not like the flintiness that's in here, the bit of earthiness that's in there, and of course that's vetiver, and vetiver is spooky. Some people just run away screaming when they hear the V word. Run, bitch! Run! For me though, I come running. When I hear the V, I'm on my way. Don't tell my wife I said that. How do we pronounce this one? Alia El Zaidi, 2715. I'm sorry, I apologize. My favorite is Guerlain L'Homme Ideal Eau de Parfum. It's not my signature scent, but I wouldn't mind if it was. It's your favorite. It's not your signature, but you wouldn't mind if it was. My friend, you are the one who controls your signature. So if you don't mind if it's your signature, and it's your favorite, make it your signature. I believe in you. You can do it. L'Homme Ideal is a solid choice across the whole lineup, really. There's a little something in there for everybody, assuming you like almond. And I do. The Eau de Parfum, really well known for the cherry that's in there. It gives a nice sweetness off the top. It's an attention grabber, and it has designer sensibilities, that wearability, versatility, compliment factor, but it's gonna stand out against most all other designer fragrances out there, other than, of course, L'Homme Ideal Extreme or Parfum, maybe Longtemps. Just the L'Homme Ideal line, okay? The whole thing. Check it out. Mark H7389 says, easy one. Where is it? PDM Sedley, without a doubt. And actually, Parfums de Marly came up a number of times, a bunch of different fragrances. Herod was up there, Sedley was up there, Greenlee was up there. I think there were a few others as well, so a lot of Parfums de Marly love. This one though, at least as of when I'm filming, had the most updates So that's the one that got chosen. And I do like that there was one person underneath that comment who was like, yeah, if you want to smell like Sprite all day. Ha ha, got him. Lemon lime soda smelling mother effer. Sedley is very citrusy and fresh, clean, easygoing. Probably their most popular of the warm weather fragrances. Because anytime you bring up Parfums de Marly, I feel like if you don't mention Sedley, they're coming out the woodwork. Like, hey dog, heard you mention the brand PDM. Didn't see Sedley in that video. I want to correct that going forward. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying anything's gonna happen to you. I'm also not saying anything's gonna happen to you. Lever Evolution says, Le Beau Le Parfum. Every time I put it on, I feel like I'm just chilling on a beach, sipping a mojito, watching the waves hit the beach. Tropical vibes, 1000%. Now you guys know I'm on board with this one because this was my most complimented fragrance of last year. Big fan, big fan. Nice performance, really sweet. As he says, has tropical vibes. Very pleasant coconut, iris going on there. It's the type of scent that fall, spring, and winter, you're just gonna be smelling absolutely amazing. And you can actually pull it off during the summer as well. I just probably wouldn't go quite as heavy if you're gonna go somewhere really hot and humid. Maybe go with Paradise Garden or the Eau de Toilette in that circumstance. But just on the whole, this is great. And it's another one I sign off on. Actually, I'm not gonna tell any of you guys that your choices are bad. They're all good because they're your choices. I believe in you. All right, this is a good name. I like this one. Chunky Ragu Josh. That's good. YSL Myself, insanely mass appealing and can be worn for any occasion. You heard it here from Chunky Ragu Josh. And I, for one, value his opinion because Chunky Ragu is in the house. But myself, yeah, you really can use it in any situation, any occasion. Big compliment puller, hugely popular. Now, some people may say, yeah, but it just came out here recently. So do you really want to lock yourself in with that one until the end of time? Because maybe 10 years from now, it doesn't smell quite as in vogue as it does right now. And that argument could be valid, but at the same time, I think 10 years from now, it's probably going to be selling a lot, being really popular just like it is now. I think that if you're hoping this vanishes in a couple years, that's probably wishful thinking. If you look at any fragrance that's hit as hard as this one, it's stuck for a long while. Acqua di Gio, Y, Bleu de Chanel, Sauvage, Eros, 1 Million, etc. Those fragrances that come out every so often and just take off right away, shoot to the top of the sales charts, they linger. This is gonna be here for a while. Abdella AB1 says, Tom Ford Grey Vetiver. Smells clean, sophisticated, really mass appealing, and versatile enough to wear it on different occasions. It's good to see Grey Vetiver getting a little shine, getting a little love. For a while there, you know, Grey Vetiver got talked about all the time. And you know what happens, time goes on and it doesn't get talked about as much anyway, I mean. But still, it's one of the classic vetiver fragrances at this point. And I know a lot of people will be like, no, it's not. Classic vetiver, you gotta go way, way, way back before this one. But if we're talking about some of the more important vetiver fragrances, maybe we'll reword it to that. Grey Vetiver is certainly one of those. And the way that it approaches vetiver makes it more appealing for a lot of people. Fresher, cleaner, easier to wear. Doesn't have that aspect of vetiver that can scare people away. Maverick 89071 says, I would have to go with my first love, Acqua di Gio Profondo. It just does everything well, and it's extremely versatile. So this is, of course, the new Acqua di Gio Profondo, the 2024 iteration. I'm assuming he's probably talking about the previous iteration, unless he literally just got into fragrances just this year. My first love of 2 months ago. Never forget you. Woo! I love that, though. Hello. How are you? Acqua di Gio Profondo, for me, gotta be the Eau de Parfum. Parfum, you know, that's fine if you really love that one, but for me, Eau de Parfum is just, that's the way to go. Very modern, has a nice green aspect to it with a touch of sweetness, which is gonna make it more appealing to more people, bit of minerality in there. Strips away the florals from the original Acqua di Gio. Oh, smells great. Jorge Alicia U6E says, basic, but Bleu de Chanel Eau de Parfum. Just because it's basic doesn't mean it's wrong. Ever since I first smelled it, I was in love, and it's now my signature scent. Good. Don't think it'll be replaced anytime soon. I mean, Bleu de Chanel Eau de Parfum works everywhere. And if you're picking one fragrance that you're gonna wear for the rest of your life, Bleu de Chanel Eau de Parfum is not a bad choice. I mean, sure, like you say, basic in the sense that it's maybe not the most outlandish choice, but you can do anything wearing Bleu de Chanel Eau de Parfum, any season, day or evening, any level of formality, dates, business meetings, it truly doesn't matter. Bleu de Chanel Eau de Parfum works everywhere. So yeah, this is a good choice, even if basic. Just Benny 84 is gonna wrap it up with Wulong Cha by Nishane. Perfect for all year and incredibly sophisticated. Easy to wear at the same time, very rare combination, and lasts forever. So this is a pretty cool choice, and not one that I would have thought of myself. It's a tea fragrance, but then there's also a fig in here, there's citrus off the top. It's quite green, but very fresh and a little bit sweet as well. And that green aspect has like a little tang to it. Makes it really interesting. I don't think that it's a difficult to pull off fragrance, but compared to some of the other ones here, maybe it would be a little more daring of a choice anyway. Not the most hyped from the house, but it's got good quality. And when you can find that for the price that you can usually get it for from discounters, it's a steal. So yeah, a solid choice. There we go, guys. There it is. There's your lineup, 10 fragrances if you only had one for the rest of your life. And there were a lot of other fragrances there. So I might actually do like a follow-up with some other choices and do another video, because picking just 10 was like, there's just, like I said, a lot of answers. Thank you guys for hanging with me. Stay safe out there. I'll see you tomorrow with another fragrance video. See you guys.